Hello everybody, and today we're going to be talking about Socrative, which is an online formative assessment tool that acts as a substitute to slower and more conventional paper-pencil methods. So what Socrative does is that it makes it easier to visualize student learning for the teacher. It's all about making it quicker and easier for the teacher to figure out what kids have learned. So this is the home page right here, and it's going to prompt you to check out the pro version, but the regular version is free. And it also has demos of what exactly the students would do, and also some diagrams about how the teacher can make Socrative work a little bit better for them. So when a student goes to puts in Socrative and goes to the student login, they'll be prompted to put in a room name, which the teacher chooses, and they enter that room name, and up pops a window that has them enter their name. So if you're looking at a teacher's view, you're going to come to a main screen like this. Now, a good thing about Socrative is that it's compatible with computers, phones, and tablets. So if kids got any one of those, they can use Socrative. So this is the main page if you have a teacher login account. And we're just going to go through some of the different ways that you can use Socrative. First of all, you can make quick questions. Now, it seems a little bit confusing, like where's the question here? But actually, you just ask the question orally, or you put a question up on the board, and then you get a live tracker of how the students answer that question in either multiple choice, true or false form, or you can do a short answer form as well. And that you can optionally enter the question, and you have some other options for how they get set up. So also, in addition to quick questions, because those are just quick ways to get kind of a feel for whether students are learning certain things as the class goes on. But Socrative is also useful if you're trying to make a more paced quiz, or if you want to do a game style or an exit ticket. So we'll go through all three of these. On the quiz page where 5 of my previous quizzes are stored, and all I need to do in order to launch one is simply click on one of them and then choose how I want to pace the quiz itself. So it can be student paced with immediate feedback. That means the teacher generated quiz. After each student responds, they get some kind of feedback or explanation after they answer each question. Student-based means they can go all over the quiz, skip questions, or come back to things. But once they've completed the activity, they submit the entire assessment. So usually in a student-paced student navigation, you're not going to give the feedback to them. And then the last option is teacher-paced, where the teacher is in complete control of the questions that are coming out of Socrative, so that the whole class is on the same page on one pace. And then you just click start, and then the quiz becomes active to all the students. Now, back at the student login, after they would log in and give them their name, a little icon comes up that says waiting for the teacher, but as soon as you hit the start quiz button, the quiz would automatically start for the kids. So nothing happens on that page until the teacher actually starts off the quiz itself. So now we're going to go back and take a look at the option called Space Race. And in Space Race, it kind of gives you, introduces a competitive component to these Socrative quizzes. So if you're making a particular quiz and you're not terribly concerned with the speed at which they answer, you would use maybe this option just to make it a little bit more interactive. So you select your quiz, you can choose a number of teams. So if your students are lined up in groups, you can choose to do it that way. And then you can choose the different icon that also goes by on the screen. And to kind of preview what that looks like on the login page here. So all the teams have an icon that shows up on the board, and it shows them how far they've gotten in the quiz. And you need correct answers to move on to the next section in the Space Race. And then the last option is exit ticket. And what this does is just kind of compiles 3 different questions for the whole class. So if I were to start an exit ticket quiz, the first question that comes up is, did you understand, how much did you understand what we learned in class today? And then the students have 4 options of ranging from I understood everything clearly all the way to down to I didn't really get anything. The second question is, what did you learn in today's class? And that's a short answer response, so students fill in that with a short response. And then the third question on the exit ticket is, it says just please answer the teacher's question. So that's an orally generated question by the teacher if they choose to use the exit card ticket or the exit ticket option. So some of the pros of Socrative is that it's an easy and quick way to assess whether the class is understanding a concept or not. Using the quiz option on Socrative also allows for self-paced learning if you choose to use Socrative that way. Also on this page you can also import quizzes from others or also other platforms. Other advantages of Socrative is that it just has so many functions. When you go to the launch page, you have a bunch of different ways that you can assess how the class is learning, and you can use it both as a formative assessment tool or also a summative assessment tool because all your quizzes and reports get saved. So if I wanted to go back to somebody's quiz from a while ago, I would just simply click on the quiz, and then I could either get the report or I can simply just view the chart, and I can see for this particular student which ones they got correct are highlighted in green and the ones they got wrong are highlighted in red. And if I wanted to check this student's short answer question, I could simply just click on that short answer, and then I can just go back to the results table. Some of the cons about this is that it kind of takes time to learn and practice and successfully adapt inside the classroom because there's just a lot of nuances behind it, but once the kids get used to it, it's a little easier to use. Sometimes it can be hard to organize responses too. For instance, if a student does not put in their first or last name and you go to alphabetize it, it'll be somewhere out of order. The only real way to organize these things is by name and score. So if you're trying to use this to transfer over to a grading platform, it's a little bit more difficult to do. But otherwise, Socrative has a lot of applications in the classroom, and you should definitely become acquainted with it if you are looking for a useful and quick formative assessment tool in the classroom.